Yes, yes, people. Welcome to the finished article right here on Twitch. This is Fight Night. This is episode 8. And as the title says, it's about AJ versus Usyk. But before we get into this, you know why I've got a smile on my face, yeah? Because I told you so, yeah? I was fucking right. That's all I'm saying until I get these two dickheads on. Which one of you wants to come on first? Put your hand up. Which one wants you to come on first? All right, Nadim's shaking his head. He's coming on first. He's coming on first, just for that. Yes, bro. What are we saying?
Yeah, I'm good, man. I'm good.
We all good. Yeah, good day at work. Good day, good weekend.
Yeah, man, it was a good weekend. Great weekend.
Great weekend for boxing fans, isn't it? Yeah.
That's it, mate. That's it.
Nice. Let's get this other guy on, man. Let's do this, man. Yes, big man.
What's happening, bro?
All good, mate. How are you, bro? Good weekend? Good day today at work?
All good, bro. Long day.
You bought for your humble pie that you said you were going to send me. Yeah?
Listen, mate, don't get...
Nadim, look at this, how much he's smiling. He's never smiled so much in his life. Let him enjoy his 1 moment.
It's like someone standing. It's like someone standing behind him, got fingers in each side of the lips, and then pulling them.
Oh man, that's crazy! I'm literally near enough crying, man, from laughing, man. You mad?
But seriously, it's all right, man. Someone who's got to be right once in his life, man. It's
listen,
first time
I've got to enjoy something, because Man United aren't giving me smiles, bro. So I've got to get them from somewhere, innit?
All I'm saying is, come February, your boy's getting whooped again, bro. Don't worry.
We're talking about February rematch.
He signed it, bro.
Bro, we haven't even spoke about the loss yet, and you're going on to the rematch. Never mind the rematch. Nah. Let's talk about Saturday first.
There's always a clause in the championship matches, like.
Nadim, what did you actually think of the match?
It was all right, man. It was a good fight. Usyk did well. AJ just didn't perform as well as he should have.
Exactly. To be honest, I'm gonna be honest with you. I was quite shocked in AJ's performance because it's not the normal performance that he has. He was very, I don't know the word. He was very. I know he's always very like stiff and robotic because that's the way he boxes, but his movement wasn't on. He was a bit slow with his punches. He wasn't throwing as many punches as he should have been. There was opportunities for him to get more jabs in, more punches in. I mean, the guy had 4 inches reach on Usyk, and it didn't look like it because Usyk was throwing more punches and he was landing quite a lot.
The fight for me reminded me of his not just a loss against Ruiz, but the way he fought against him in the first fight.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, he fought exactly the same way in that first fight against Ruiz that he did against Usyk. And I don't understand why. It's like if AJ is a better boxer than what you saw on Saturday. Because I've seen most of his fights. And I think he's a lot better than what we saw on Saturday.
Yeah. He didn't turn up. That's my opinion.
Man, exactly. Just like you, bro. You didn't turn up for the fight either. That's another story for another day.
Bro, I asked it from a wedding. You still come down to hang with you, bro. That's all I'm going to say. So anyway, my verdict is I watched the highlights. And it's simple. AJ didn't turn up on the night. He didn't perform. And Usyk was the better man. And that's all there is to say about it. I mean,
that's it.
Yeah, no, definitely. It's like watching when I watched the start, like the first 3 rounds. Obviously, Usyk won those first 3 rounds, and you could see that he was more up for it. He was like more in your face, more landing more punches in the first 3 rounds. He was just all around in the first 3 rounds. He was outboxing AJ, and AJ shouldn't have gone out there to try and outbox him.
Well, he got rocked in the 3rd round as well, didn't he, AJ?
He got rocked in the 3rd, and I think he got rocked in the 5th or 6th or something. 7th, sorry. He got rocked in the 7th as well.
Yeah, I was actually watching something about that, because if you look at the clock counting down, I think there was about 30, what was the 10 seconds left, and when he started getting clipped, all of a sudden the bell rang.
Yeah. It's like he did it on purpose at some point. I don't know. Was it the end of the 12th round where he just smiled and stuck his tongue out? It's like, what was the need for that? You just got your ass kicked off this guy, and you're sticking your tongue out.
There's one thing to note with AJ losing. If you look at his post-match reaction, you will see how humble the guy is.
Oh no, he's very humble. He's very humble. He doesn't make excuses like Nadim said when he lost to Ruiz. He didn't make any excuses. He said, "I lost. He was the better man," but then he got back in the ring with Ruiz and won. Yeah, and he's a very humble person. Is AJ? He's very humble.
And that what I liked as well is after the match, Usyk went into his dressing room and gave him his belts back.
He did, yeah. I read that after, like, Usyk's like, "Here, have your belts back." Yeah. It's very respectful. Usyk's a very calm guy.
Respectful of each other. They were both respectful of each other.
Yeah, even at the weigh-in, I don't know if you watched the weigh-in, they shook hands, they were having a bit of a laugh, they had a bit of banter. Yeah. It wasn't that type of hostility and intensity like between, I don't know, Conor McGregor and freaking Khabib or something like that. It wasn't that type of intensity.
There was more hostility from Shaz Mack when I walked in and he was giving it large, hard. I was watching this guy. So basically, Nadim, what happened? He's giving it large. We're playing FIFA. And I whooped his ass in 2 games and sit him back down,
bro. That's FIFA, bro. That was just FIFA, and that's just games. I haven't played FIFA in years, bro. Like Nadim, the last time we played FIFA, last time I played was with you. Do you remember?
Yeah, man. I'd rather not remember that, man.
Yeah, exactly. I'd rather not remember that either. Good, I'd rather not remember those days either. We weren't doing too well, so we stopped playing. A lot of cheaters on that game, bro.
Yeah. Tell me about it.
Obviously, we've got the rematch set for February, as it shows at the bottom there. So the question is, as Shaz has put here rightly, how will AJ bounce back? So, Shaz, you put the question up, or the phrase up there. You give me your thoughts on how AJ is going to bounce back, bro.
Well, I think what he's going to do is he's going to reflect about his performance, and let's be honest, it was really underwhelming. He didn't stick to his strengths. We talked about this in the preview that Usyk might not have a larger reach as AJ, but AJ, I think, just went missing on the night, and it's just something that he's got to reflect back on. Yeah. Yes, you know what? Usyk will come back stronger because he's got the advantage, but this is now a test of AJ's character to see, okay, look, have I learned from the mistake of this fight, and what can I do differently? Because as the quote goes that I put here at the bottom, and we all know where this is from. So if anyone's seen Rocky,
Shazzy's favorite movie,
it ties in true to the fact, and this is not just a Rocky fact; it's a fact about in life. That
you're right.
You can take knockdowns, but it's how you react in life from that, and it's going to be an interesting one to see.
Exactly, man. You're right. It isn't about, how getting knocked down. It's how you get back up. It's like that Chumbawamba song, isn't it, from FIFA 98 or something. I get knocked down, but I get up again. It's about how many times you get back up, not how many times you get knocked down. Yeah. And like I said, I've never thought AJ's a bad fighter. I just had a feeling about this fight that he wasn't going to win. Maybe come rematch, I might think he wins. I don't know, but we'll see coming into the rematch, innit? But Nadim, your thoughts, man, on how AJ is going to bounce back?
I think, like you said, he's a humble guy. He said on the night, lost to a better fighter, so he knows he lost to that better fighter. So he needs to go and make himself a stronger fighter now. He needs to do what he thinks he needs to do to make himself that better fighter. So when he goes into that rematch in February, he has that upper hand and knows what he needs to do.
Yeah, you're right. Definitely. I think obviously he needs to take off. Obviously, he needs to watch the fight back a couple of times to see where he went wrong. To me, like watching the fight, it just felt like he didn't really have a game plan for that fight because he wasn't doing much. Like I believe he was on the ropes quite a lot, like not as in leaning against the ropes, but he was with his back to the ropes. He wasn't in center ring. Usyk was center and AJ was just around him, like staying closer to the ropes.
Usyk controlled the fight.
Yeah, Usyk definitely controlled the fight. It just felt like AJ didn't want to risk too much. He didn't want to jump in and go for like a knockout or punches, man. It just felt like he was standing back. He was letting Usyk come forward, and he was AJ was just defending a lot, which is fine. Obviously, he had a good defense because he didn't really get knocked down. He got caught with a few shots, but he didn't get knocked down. But he wasn't countering. He was throwing punches, but it just felt like he wasn't doing enough to win that fight. I think he won maybe 3 rounds in that whole fight, man, which isn't like AJ. Like I said, AJ is a better fight than what we saw on Saturday. I've always said he's a good fighter, and I was expecting more from him in this fight than we got. And that's the disappointing thing, because I actually think he is a good fighter. I just felt like we didn't see the proper AJ. We didn't see him at his best. For whatever reason, obviously. Like Shaz says most of the time, he had a bad day at the office, innit? It's just one of them things that happens. You have a bad day at the office. And unfortunately, the office this time was the Spurs stadium, and there was a bad day in the office 2 days in a row. We had Arsenal come to that stadium and whoop Spurs 3-1 the day after AJ got beat. So it's just that stadium. It's just for people that want to bottle it, innit, really? Because that's what Spurs are known for, innit, Shaz? Shaz knows exactly what I'm talking about with Spurs.
It was an eventful evening, I'll say that much. But you know what, Vijay, it just puts into perspective how easy it is for anyone to go out and perform. Let's be honest.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Best game forward, and that's what we said.
Or in AJ's case, not perform.
Yeah, exactly. Well, look at it like that.
And I'm not taking shots at AJ. It's just like like you both said, he didn't come. He wasn't there. It was like he was missing. You could put his face on the back of a milk carton, and maybe we'll find him. But you can say the same for Spurs as well, innit? Spurs have been missing all season.
Oh, wow.
Spurs are missing near enough every season, man. Shaz knows I'm talking about Spurs, but it's not just about Spurs bottling it. Arsenal bottle it. Heck, Man United bottle it more than anybody. Look what happened against Aston Villa and West Ham. I'm dreading tomorrow's game against Villarreal. I'm not even joking. And we're at the stadium tomorrow, me and you, Shaz. I'm actually dreading going to the stadium because it's Man United, and this is what they're doing. They just don't show up.
You had to pick a cold Wednesday evening to go watch your game of football, and I was like,
bro, it happens. It's got to be done, innit? It's got to be done. We've got to support your team,
innit,
man.
You know what? We've got more exciting fights coming up because your boy Tyson Fury's fighting Wilder 9th of February.
That's going to be an interesting fight, even though we know who's going to win. I don't see Wilder winning this at all.
No, he's going to complain that his dreadlocks were too heavy this time.
What was this last time? The suit?
The suit was too heavy.
Yeah, the suit was heavy.
The gloves are going to be too heavy this time. So he's going to make something up, isn't he?
Yeah, that's the thing, right? So Wilder lost, but he made excuse after excuse for that loss and the draw, yeah? But AJ lost against Ruiz. He made no excuse about it. He lost against Usyk. He made no excuse about it. He just turned around and said, do you know what? The better fighter won. Big up to him. I'll come back and I'll beat him in the next fight.
That's fine.
And he did that against Ruiz. And, hopefully, he comes back and beats Usyk, because I actually want to see AJ fight Tyson Fury. I want to see that fight. But if
there's nothing to say. There's nothing to say that he can't do it. He just needs to work harder and go back to the drawing board, go back to square one, and find his way through, mate.
That's it. He does.
You know the saying, right? You learn more from your losses than your wins, because your wins 100%. Don't really tell you about how you're playing. It's about when you lose that you really find out. You test your character, and maybe he just got it all wrong. And let's be honest, styles makes fights, and unfortunately, AJ took one, and most of the people that backed him had a bit of a surprising night, including myself when I turned up, and I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, my man turned up after the fight had finished.
I turned up suited and booted, came out to
chill. Man had his suited and booted, mate, looking slick.
Yeah, that didn't work out, did it?
That didn't work out for you, innit? Man was thinking of celebrating after with that suited and booted.
Shaz getting suited and booted for a shisha then.
No, it was suited and booted for the wedding, innit, bro?
Oh, man.
Madness. No, man, it's just one of them things. It's just one of them things. Did anybody actually watch the undercard? Because I'm going to be honest, I didn't.
Watched who?
I was actually busy helping out. at the place we watched it in it, like, so I couldn't watch the undercard.
Watched highlights.
I haven't even had a chance to watch the highlights, man. I'll be honest. Were there any decent matches on the undercard? Because from my understanding, the undercard finished an hour early, and people at the stadium were waiting for the main event.
So this is how funny it was. This is how funny it was, Nadeem. So I was at a wedding, and I was expecting it to start about 10:30. Shaz messages me and calls me and said, "Shaz, it's kicking off." So I'm like, "What are you on about? It's kicking off. It's starting at 10:30."
This was about 10 o'clock as well that I messaged you, weren't it?
And I was like, "Okay, I need to bounce." So I literally made dashes. I probably got there quicker than the fight ended, or just as the fight was ending.
Yeah, you got there like, I think there were still people in the other rooms, weren't there, when we sat down?
Yeah, so
everybody left by then.
You know what the funny thing was, Nadeem? I didn't actually know the results, so I was walking in just to go and check it, and there was Shaz with a smile with AJ lost, and I was like, bro, I deliberately turned my notifications off because I thought, let me go watch it on TV because I wanted to see. And I normally know Shaz doesn't spoil it, but then I realized I've done it to him so many times. I was like, okay, you know what?
Yeah, how many times have you spoiled stuff for me in wrestling, bro, and stuff like that?
He did it to me as well, mate. I was out and about, and as soon as the fight finished, mate, within minutes of it finishing, he phoned me.
I literally, Shaz, so I'll tell you what happened, yeah. I finished watching the fight, waited for the announcement. I bounced to the other room, and I'm like, I'm ringing Nadeem first, and I'll wait for Shaz to turn up. So I rang Nadeem, and I'm like, Nadeem, have you heard of the results of this AJ fight? And he's like, no. And I'm like, well, your boy AJ lost. How you feeling, bro?
I knew straight away with his smug attitude that he came. Hey, Nadeem, have you heard of the results yet? You knew already, mate, what was coming. And
did you both get your slice of humble pie though? Yeah, you enjoyed that slice of humble pie.
I'll put that in the fridge, mate, for you for February.
It's gonna be off by then, bro. You're gonna have to get me a fresh one.
It's all right, man. Don't worry about it.
Mad guy is the pair of you. So, is there any other fights before the Tyson Fury and Wilder fight that are going to be on, man? Are there actually any other fights?
If you want to know if there's any fight, Eubank is fighting Sven Elber for the middleweight title.
Eubank Jr., yeah?
Yeah, the 2nd of October. Then, obviously, 9th of October is when it kicks off.
Wait, 2nd of October, that's this weekend?
Yeah, that's correct, yeah.
Okay, cool. I didn't even know that fight was on. Nice.
That's how irrelevant it is.
Seen these highlights of Ben's son, though, fighting? He's got, like, speed like Khan, mate.
Who's that, Nigel Ben's son?
Yeah. He's fast, mate.
He's
I was watching some highlights of him fight, and he just reminded me of Khan.
Okay, nice.
He just hasn't got the glass chin like him, I don't think. Doesn't say fragile on his jaw.
I'm just having a look, Chaz, at the fights that are coming up. The next one is this weekend in Wembley Arena. And then there's only two fights on that card that I can see. Eubank Jr. versus Sven Elber and David Avanesyan versus Liam Taylor. They're both they're the only two fights on that card.
He is cocky, mate, Eubank Jr., but he's a showman, and I like watching him just because of that, because he's just cocky as hell.
Nice.
I think he's got one.
Sorry, go on. I'll let you finish, man. Go for it.
No, it's all right, mate. Don't worry about it.
No, go for it. Carry on now.
Like that, Shaz. Nah, I'm just going to say that.
Carry on, innit?
I was just going to say that, with the uppercuts, I like his uppercuts as well, because he puts his shoulder into them first and then gives him that uppercut. So it's quite good.
Fair play. Now, I was just going to say the other fight is on October 9th in Liverpool. Liam Smith versus Anthony Fowler. And then Ted Cheeseman versus Troy Williamson for the British Super Welterweight title. That Chris Eubank Jr. fight isn't for a title, Shaz. It's the one after it, the Liam Taylor one for the European welterweight title.
Okay, yeah. No, yeah, that's right. Yeah.
But then you've got the main one in October is October 9th, Las Vegas. Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder 3.
I won't be staying up to watch that, I'll tell you.
No, I'm not staying up to watch it. It's going to be too late.
You know what? I did that for the second fight. Bro, that was painful. Because the next day, I was like a zombie. The next day, it was like, I can't do this anymore. I've got the energy.
You say that all the time with stuff, Shaz, but you end up staying up watching it, don't you?
You're gonna try to tell the missus that she's coming over, and I'm gonna get up at 4 a.m. to watch it. Yeah, look at that.
Nah, allow that, bro. There's a couple of other fights on that undercard that I can see, but I've never really heard of any of these fighters. Apparently, they're all heavyweights.
Irrelevant, bro.
Effie Ajagba versus Frank Sanchez. This is a rematch, so this is fight 2 for these two. Robert Helenius versus Adam Konaki.
Never heard of him.
Never heard of him. And then there's Jared Anderson, versus Vladimir Tereshkin. Never heard of him either. You've got October 16th, Huey Fury versus Christian Hammer, Newcastle.
I'd rather watch paint dry, mate.
I'm trying to look for the interesting fights. They've got Dylan White versus Unknown. How is that even confirmed then?
That should be a good fight, mate. That should be a good fight then.
October 30th, it literally says Dylan White versus opponent to be confirmed. Why is that?
Someone must have pulled out and they're trying to find somebody.
It sounds like it, yeah.
It's interesting because if Dylan White beats Otto Wallin, that's what can see on BBC. So if he wins that, then he.
I don't think he's fighting Otto Wallin, bro. I think that's the guy who's probably pulled out.
Okay,
well, it's the end of October.
Whoever he wins, whoever he beats, he will be challenging for the WBC title because he's been long overdue a shot, and that was originally with Wilder. So if Fury wins, and obviously White wins as well against whoever.
Fury's gonna rather fight the winner of AJ and Usyk round 2 than fight Dylan White.
That's in Feb, bro. So
yeah, I know, but he'd rather wait for that fight.
White is going to be mandatory, so he's going to enforce that.
Come on, man. He's going to wipe the floor with White, though. Come on, Tyson Fury and White. That's not even a fight, man. That's a joke.
Yeah, well, Povetkin knocked him out, didn't he? He knocked White out, mate. Clean.
Yeah. That's it.
That's it. AJ knocked Povetkin out.
So. Yeah, exactly. So there's another big fight, November 6th. Canelo Alvarez versus Caleb Plant. Yeah. Now, I don't know if you lot have seen this, but the weigh-in, these two are throwing punches, bro.
Yeah, I saw that.
Caleb went to punch Canelo. Canelo smacked him. They got in a fist up. He ducked out the way and took him.
Ducked it nicely, man.
I don't know what led to all that because I didn't really watch the weigh-in, but I've read about it. But obviously, if you're at a weigh-in and you try and slap someone like Canelo, he's obviously going to smack you back in it. Canelo's just a badass, isn't he, man? He's just... I like Canelo. I think he's a good fighter, man.
I do, mate. He's a humble guy as well.
He is.
Until you try and slap him at a weigh-in.
And then he smacks you.
Yeah, then he'll whoop your ass.
That's it. That's for the WBA, WBC, IBF, and WBO super middleweight titles. And I think Canelo has all of them, doesn't he?
It's a unification one.
I don't think it's unification. I think Canelo has all of them, doesn't he?
Caleb Plant has the...
Has he got one of them? All right,
he's got the WBO. So
so Canelo's looking to unify the division like AJ and Fury will there.
Division, yeah.
Canelo's just a sick fighter anyway, mate.
Yeah, Canelo's easily going to win that, man. I don't see Caleb Plant.
You know what? I will hand on heart say, had Canelo fought Mayweather a few years later than he did, instead of when he did, I reckon he would have won.
Yeah.
Do you mean earlier or later, bro?
Later.
So, so he had more experience. Yeah.
When he fought Mayweather, he was a bit raw and inexperienced. He's obviously learned from that with the Alvarez and a few of the other fights. I think he would have come out on top. So
no, you
never know.
Good way to think about it, like getting more experience and then going up against Mayweather. Because Mayweather is no joke, man. He's a good defensive boxer, isn't it? Apparently, he's the best defensive boxer in the world.
That's all. He is a defensive boxer, mate.
That's why I don't really like him. But obviously, you can't knock him for his. Well, you can now that he's fought one of the Paul brothers. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, but you have to remember that fight. I can't remember who it was with. When was it Alvarez when he headbutted Mayweather when he was in the ring?
What, during one of the rounds, you mean?
Yeah, during one of the rounds, and the ref pulled him back, and then they went into fight again, and the other boxer was touch gloves with Mayweather, but Mayweather didn't. He just clattered him right in the face, mate, and knocked him out clean.
I know, yeah.
Victor Ortiz. Victor
Ortiz, that's it, yes.
Yeah, so he headbutted Mayweather, and then Mayweather just banged him out, finished him.
So he basically tried to say touch gloves and like, sorry, man. Mayweather just knocked him out.
Yeah, Mayweather just lamped him one with a solid punch and took him down. Yeah, man.
That was very unsportsmanlike, mate, to be honest.
Yeah,
the headbutt, the knockout?
Both.
Both.
Can't say the headbutt was, right.
Yeah, no.
But definitely he shouldn't have knocked him out when he's trying to,
yeah,
sorry,
I know
man,
what you mean,
that sort of thing.
Yeah, no, you're right, definitely, man. You're definitely right on that. I'm just trying to look through the list for any other good fights, but I can't really see any, man. Can't really see any. Like, after Canelo, there's David Benavidez versus Jose Uzcategui. I don't even know how to pronounce that. I pronounce it.
That's how bad it is.
Yeah. Then in December, in Scotland, you've got Josh Taylor versus Jack Catterall, WBA, WBC, IBF, WBO super lightweight titles. So that looks like it's a unification fight on Sky Sports. It's not even on box office. There's another card announced, but there's no date for it. Teofimo Lopez versus George Camboso Jr. That's on Triller Fight TV. They're the ones that did the Evander Holyfield card. So not looking forward to that anyway. And then the last one is that's postponed. These last two are postponed. Stephen Fulton versus Brandon Figueroa, WBC, WBO light bantamweight titles. So it's like after the Canelo fight, there's not really many big fights probably until AJ and Usyk again next year.
Hey, look on the bright side. At least the fuel crisis is over.
What fuel crisis? You even on about, bro? There's no fuel crisis.
Exactly, bro.
Just the fake fuel crisis, man. The fake fuel crisis that the government set up on purpose to get rid of petrol, but.
Yeah, no.
Oh, damn. I think we might need to do another podcast on this.
No, do you know what it is? I know this is off topic, but lots of people are saying this. They're saying that diesel and petrol have got a shelf life on them, yeah, like an expiry date, and they're saying over the last couple of years because of COVID, they've not sold as much of it as they wanted to do. So what they're doing now, for one's with the blue, to say it out, short of petrol. And the British, were stupid, man. They go out buying stuff, man.
Look what they did with the toilet roll last year, bro.
Yeah. You could say the hula hoops are going out of stock, man, and they'd be running for them, even though they don't like them.
But you can tell them there's bottled water's going to run out, and they'd still go buy that, even though they've got tap water.
So I don't think there's a shortage of petrol. I think they've got tons of petrol that has gone out today, and they just want to get rid of it.
It's not even that, though. It's right. So you have to look at who's going to benefit the most from panic buying on petrol. The government off tax. Over COVID and all this, the government haven't had a lot of tax because places have been closed, pubs have been closed, nightclubs have been closed. People haven't been going out, so there's people buying less petrol. So you know what? Let's cause a panic and say there's a shortage on petrol, even though there isn't, and see what happens. And they thought, oh yeah, this British population is stupid enough to buy into it. Look what they did with the toilet paper. I mean, toilet paper is made in England, so we're not going to run out of freaking toilet paper. Australians don't make their own toilet paper. That's why they would have run out, and that's why they had to stockpile it, and that's why they had a panic buy in Australia. But we don't need to follow suit. We make it in our own freaking country.
Yeah, it's all rubbish, mate. It's all rubbish.
We need to do a show where it's just talking about life events and all this controversy and shit, bro.
Someone has been very, very clever putting that story in the news, mate.
It's called government, mate.
And there's a reason for it. Yeah.
Government officials and these companies these people that own BP and all that, they work together, innit?
Can you imagine if they told the media that they're running out of chicken tikka, mate? Shit, God.
Damn.
What happened, mate?
Damn.
Yeah, British people don't know how to make chicken tikka, bro. They rely on us to make it.
Apparently, there's going to be a shortage of turkeys on Christmas. That's what's in the news right now. There's going to be a shortage of turkeys at Christmas.
It's all good, mate. Turkey's dry anyway.
I don't even think I've had turkey before, man. I don't even want to.
That's what I've heard, but I don't like it.
The only turkey I like is the country. I'll go there on a holiday, innit? That's it.
That's it.
Oh, man.
Right, we have gone off topic there a little bit. So let's come back to the boxing and MMA. We've talked about AJ and Usyk, but there was also a fight on Saturday in the UFC. Nick Diaz, I think it was, against Lawler. Anybody catch it?
Didn't get time to watch that, mate.
What I'll do is I'll give you both about 5 minutes to watch the highlights because it was a sick fight. I want you to both watch the highlights if you can. Just whilst we're on here, because it was a really good fight and it got stopped due to an injury, I think. I just want you to watch the highlights because these two were just beating the crap out of each other from round one. They were like just going in on each other from round one, mate, from the bell. No holds barred, man. It was a really good fight to watch. I watched the highlights on Sunday.
Hold on, let me see.
Are you watching the highlights, Shaz, yeah?
Yeah, let me just see if I can bring it up.
What about you, Nadim? Have you got them, yeah?
Yeah, just having a quick glance.
Nice. 365. I can hear your music there, Shaz. Yeah, you got to be careful with that. We don't want to get strikes for that, bro.
No, that's fine.
But whilst these two are talking, whilst these two boys aren't talking, whilst they're watching these highlights, over on YouTube, people, we're on about 128 subscribers. So hit the subscribe button on the channel and follow us right here on Twitch. Add us up over on social media. You've got the Facebook at The Finished Article, and you've got Twitter at Finished Article 2. Hit us up. If you want us to talk about anything, hit us up, let us know. Let us know your thoughts on the videos. Let us know your thoughts on what else we should be talking about, what we're doing right, what we're doing wrong, whatever feedback you've got for us. If you want to get on the show, if you want to come on as a guest, hit us up on that email address or on Facebook or Twitter and let us know what show you want to come on and when you can come on. Give us a bit of your availability and we will work something out and get you on. But it looks like Nadim's free, so it looks like he's watched these highlights. So let's get back to it, bro. I'll get your thoughts on it first, and we'll come to Shaz once he's finished watching them.
Yeah, from what I've just seen there, it looked like a pretty decent fight. I mean, both of them giving it a good go, and then obviously
exactly, man.
Lawler's given him a good crack to the nose, it looks like, and bust him up proper.
Yeah, he bust him up proper. It looked like it ended on injury because like he was holding his knee or something at the end.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, it would look like a decent fight. Not much to say about it.
I watched the highlights. I only watched the highlights. I didn't watch the whole fight. So, from what I saw as well, yeah, it looked like a really good fight. Shaz, have you watched the highlights? Yeah.
Yeah, I just seen it.
Well, okay, go on. Let me know your thoughts on the initial look there, bro.
Explosive end to end from start to finish. Yeah. Lawler absolutely took him to the cleaners. It was an injury that ended it because I think he was holding his nose and then his leg at the end. But
yeah, I think this was like round 2 for these lot as well. Like they've already fought before, so this was a second fight or something. It's like 10, 15 years or something in the making, apparently.
Well, Diaz brothers are known for being explosive in the ring anyway.
Yes.
We know Nate Diaz.
Nate Diaz is the one that fought Conor McGregor, isn't it?
Yeah, Nate Diaz fought Conor McGregor, and well, no, obviously end to end and a great fight, I'd say.
Yeah.
Hey guys, I'm gonna have to jump off now, but I'll leave you two to continue the rest.
Yeah, no worries, bro. Appreciate you tuning in, bro.
I'll see you again next week.
Appreciate you coming on, bro.
No worries, bro.
So, just for people that do tune into Fight Night, has now been moved to Tuesday evenings instead of Mondays. And if you want to know why, ask this, not this guy, ask this guy over here. It's his fault.
Ask this guy over here, but
it's not my fault. No, it's your fault. You asked me to move it, fam. No, but it's
Anyway.
been, for whatever reason, it's been moved to Tuesdays. So tune in on Tuesdays. It'll be uploaded onto YouTube as a replay on Wednesdays for about 8 p.m. So if you want to catch the replay, you can always catch it there. But I'll let you jump off, Nadeem. I'll let you jump off, bro.
All right, guys. See you in a bit. Yeah, take it easy.
Take it easy, bro. Yes, Shaz. We're good. We're good, yeah?
Yeah, we're good, bro. We're good.
So what else should we be talking about boxing-wise, UFC or MMA-wise, bro? What else is there?
I'll be honest with you, boxing-wise, we pretty much covered it. I mean, I've just been through the undercard right now, or not undercard, the future fights.
Okay.
And apart from what we just talked about,
there's nothing.
Yeah, we're pretty, and this is the problem with boxing. So boxing sometimes it comes up in short supply, but we've got Tyson Fury to look forward to. We've got Caleb Plant, and
yeah. So Tyson Fury and Wilder are on the 9th, aren't they?
Yes, correct.
So next Tuesday we might not be able to do the podcast, and I think you know why. I'm not gonna say it on here, bro.
I know. I'm glad.
We'll rejig that next week. Because that weekend is the Fury Wilder fight, so we'll have to get something in.
Yeah, we'll definitely get something in.
We'll try and do it Monday or Wednesday or something like that to get it in.
Definitely.
But we'll be back with that. But yeah, man, there's nothing else that I need to say really, boxing wise. Besides, I told you so.
Yeah,
that's all I'm saying. Not just to you, bro. This is to all the people that said AJ was going to win this easily or he was going to do Usyk.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just going to wrap it up, give my final thoughts. I mean, unfortunately, I got to eat my humble pie and say, you know what?
Bro, don't worry. I'm seeing you tomorrow for the United Villarreal game. I'm going to bring you a nice slice of humble pie, bro. Don't you worry. I've got something for you, bro.
Okay, we'll worry about that tomorrow. But yeah, that's going to be an interesting story tomorrow. But
yes, people.
Now.
But yes, people. Thank you everyone for tuning in over here on Twitch. If you're watching on the replay, appreciate the love and support on YouTube, and for you tuning in for the replay. As we said, next week we will announce when it's going to be. I don't think it'll be Tuesday due to personal issues and stuff. But we will be back with Fight Night at some point next week. And we'll be doing it live over here on Twitch. So if you want to catch it, jump on live and watch on Twitch. Follow the channel on Twitch. That way, when we do go live, you'll get a notification that we've gone live and you can tune in whilst we're live. If you can't catch us live, as I said, jump over onto YouTube. You can jump onto the Fight Night Replay playlist and all the past episodes are in there. But for now, that is it for today. Appreciate everyone tuning in and we'll see you in the next episode, folks.